Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, I appreciate everybody watching the last video. So, I actually took on a project, me and my dad, to build a ultimate PC desk. And not just a PC desk, PC inside the desk. So, this is a DIY custom PC desk in PC desk. So, without further ado, here it is. So what this is, it's comprised of MDF and just a wrap. Everything right here that I purchased, actually got at your local hardware store. I went to Lowe's and got a lot of the stuff on Amazon. So the paint is actually Rust-Oleum. It's a water-based paint, or excuse me, oil-based paint, but it's waterproof because MDF, when it gets wet, likes to swell. I actually designed this desk, all the features, everything that came on it, as you see. I want to do angled legs. I'll tell you why. The curvatures in the top part of the desk for going in there, it all plays a major part in how the airflow goes into this case. But overall, the actual desk look, I was able to get, as you guys saw in the beginning of the video, a new picture. Was able to put the acoustic foams surround it. So not only will it help me with my recording and streaming, but also with, it looks pretty neat. But yeah, the desk is pretty clean. As I said, it's MDF. This top part, it is a carbon fiber. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, white carbon fiber wrap. I was able to wrap it. All my speakers real clean. Actually, probably the cleanest desk I've ever had, at least for accessories on there. And it's a lot bigger. So the desk in dimensions is, it's 60 inches wide by 35 inches in depth by 32 inches tall. Now, that might seem like a pretty tall desk, and I'm not a tall guy, but with the 7.5 inches that we had to make in depth of the box, it makes sense so that way your knees don't hit it. But as you can see up here on the desk, I got my wireless charger, the speakers on and off for power, my cable holder, and a 7-port USB 3.0 header. Speakers are actually mounted on with some industrial Velcro, so they're pretty good. Got my dual monitor mount. Obviously, everything's going good. What's really cool is I didn't have to put the mount for the mic. We actually came up with a pretty cool idea to mount it to the dual monitor arm. So it's pretty neat. If you guys have questions, I can answer those, but it's actually pretty simple. But it's actually held on there pretty well. But just some features of the desk. It is the angles of the desk go around. As you can see right here, see if I can get some light in there. You got 2 fans on the left side, 2 120s, and also 2 120s on the right. Now, you got these vents up front. They're held on by some magnetic squares, and you have a vent that's right down here at the bottom, and that actually really just for like dust, and it gives me a little bit, airflow and keeps it out. But at the same time, the light kind of fed through it, and it just wasn't aesthetically pleasing. I like the look, but if you guys can't see, this is actually angled. So it's angled all the way down 45 degrees, so that way my legs don't hit it. And as you see right here, it's all wrapped. This actually isn't bad. It's pretty neat. But let's go ahead and take a real look at what's inside. So cable management in this box, pretty good. So the dimensions of the glass was 40 inches wide by 24 inches in width. Excuse me, yeah, width. So 40 inches wide by 24 inches for depth. So what you want to look at this, it was really great to be able to fit all these components in here, but at the same time, you got the 360 rad, you got 2 120s on that side, 2 120s on this side, the power supply. The motherboard I actually have off of standoffs, and a 1/4 inch, like, I guess with the TV mounts, if you ever put a TV mount up, the little black spacers that come on there, I put one of those in there and actually have it mounted with the same screws that you would put into the radiator, the long screws to hold your fan. So ingenious on my part, I'd say. Now, this box, mainly a lot of Cool Master stuff in there. So I actually have the GPU on I don't know if you can see it very well, but it is a vertical mount that holds the GPU that you can buy, that you put in your case. You got the hard drives right here. Now, I don't think you can see, but remember those filters that I put on the front? These are the 2 holes that you have right there. But for real reason, let's go ahead and do a boot. Now, for power, since I didn't want to have to reach into my case every time and hit the motherboard to turn it on, I was able to pick up this power supply from, power button from Amazon, hooks directly into the motherboard, and it's pretty neat. So, gives a nice red glow, as you see. Lights turn on, and there you go. It's pretty neat. I really like it. Like I said, cable management, did the best I could. It looks good. Kind of gave the HyperProtect love for it. You know how I am with my cable management. But the desk all in itself looks great. If you couldn't tell, the black and white and the StormTrooper up top. Got the Vader inside. This is one of my Star Wars builds. So I'll be having a few more things. Probably going to end up I like to get a StormTrooper head and put my headphones on it, because don't really have a place to put the headphones. I really don't want to put them on the side. I want to be able to show off my peripherals. So yeah, here's the desk. Looks real nice inside. I'll be doing some sweet B-roll for you guys at the end. But you got holes in the back. I got a piece of foam back there that actually acts as a dust magnet. Pretty bad. But you see the 360, so the airflow in this case, as you see, for the design of the legs, air swoops in from the side in through each one of the side vent fans that are on a push, so it's pushing that cold air in, and then the radiator in the back is then pushing it out. Now, temps and the temperatures in this case only got to 66°C. 67°C. And that was just a regular default fan curve. I hadn't optimized anything yet. I have now. And with an optimized fan curve, it was only maybe a degree off. So 65. But yeah, really, really good airflow from the start. And let's go ahead. I'll show you what it looks like from right here. Can't really see on the side, but as you see the lights come on the side, that's where the fans are actually, those vents on the side. You can see. So air goes. But as another big thing, got that cable hider in the back, so you can't see any cables in the back. Sub on the bottom. It's really clean. As you see, there you go. It looks like two eyes looking at you. But I love the case, so I'll go ahead and let you see what it looks like at night. It actually puts out a good bit of light. So here is the case with all lights off. Puts out a good, decent amount of light. Looks really good. I'm really liking it. Yeah, I hope you guys like it. And, if you guys got questions about it, by all means, ask me. Be more than happy to answer any questions you might have, whether it comes to, the parts that I used, how I mounted them, or even just the basic design of the desk. It took a lot longer than my design intended. Trial and error with the best. This whole desk was fabbed based on the specs of that glass. So I wanted to make the desk still have ample amount of room on each side and up front, but also be able to have a huge enclosure where I could show all my components. And it's good for upgrading if I ever want to go to custom tube for liquid cooling. And that will probably be coming up in a later video, probably eventually. But I'll show you what it looks like with all the peripherals on there, so you can see that my peripherals don't really obscure anything inside of it, and you still get the the full effect of what I built. So stay tuned. All right, so here it is with all the peripherals on top. As you can see, doesn't really obscure the light of anything you can see inside the case. Really just obscures the hard drives that are right there on the back. But got it all tied together. It looks really nice. I actually was able to pick up a smaller mouse pad, an RGB one, so that way I complete my RGB build. And it really ties together. Everything's looking good. As you see, the back of what I got for wallpaper, as well as I'm probably going to get a light go behind it that just shines up at that canvas, and I really want it to, so I would give it a little even more light. So that's later on, but I have it, as you guys can see, the glow behind the desk. That is one long RGB strip that actually goes from one end all the way to the other. Another one that was able to get cut perfectly inside the desk. Everything is synced. I just have everything moving on different patterns. These are going at one set. These are going at a different set. I have a three-way splitter for the RGB. One RGB set is going into the motherboard. The other one is going into the graphics card. So I have them on two different sets. And of course, I just put the 360 rad on the color cycle. But other than that, cooling, like I told you about that, it's really good. The power supply, I don't know if you guys can see that, doesn't move at all. It's an 850 watt power supply, but if it did need to come on, I actually have little holes that are right here that are drilled in that actually will, you know, excrete some of the heat if it did have to turn on, but haven't had it turn on. My Vader in there, probably we're going to get a little StormTrooper, put him in there as well, probably place him right there, just cover up some of the gaps. I put this right here, this gap right here, because eventually I would like to hold a pump reservoir. So, but yeah, I appreciate everybody, you know, subscribing to the channel, you know, all the great comments I've gotten on my previous builds. This is probably my best build I've ever done. Actually, it is my best build I've ever done. And I really, really like how it turned out. It's great, performs wonderful. The whole look of the desk, I think, is just really sharp. Again, the only thing I need to get is, like I said, a headphone stand that I want to put up so I can put my my Logitech headphones on there as well. But if you guys have any questions, again, just leave a comment down below. And if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you can get notified when I make new videos. Also, again, I want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed. I appreciate you guys coming to the HyperProtect family and coming along for this journey. So, as always, I'm HyperProtect, and until next time.